Welcome to the Pros Racing Network. Mike Ellis here, visiting from the team All Pro for the special event tonight, Pros versus All Pro. Special event, 2 races, $200 cash. Starts with tonight's event here at Talladega, 110 laps. 1 reset. They're currently qualifying. We'll be going green here shortly. We'll be running off a point. And the second event will be this Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern. The room goes up. I think the race is 10 p.m. Eastern at Charlotte. 125 laps in the truck. And the points will be tabulated after the 2 events are completed. And the top 5 will be paid out. First place, $75. Second, $50. Third, $30. Fourth, $25. And fifth place, $20. Camera's a little different tonight, set to most exciting, so we'll be watching lots of action throughout the field. A little different than normal. Taking a look at qualifying provisional results right now. Stephen Hendren in the 419 are your provisional pole sitter with a 50.228. George Bark second, 50.235. Damon Gilbert, third. Dustin Lee, fourth. Logan Clampett, fifth. Lots of crossover between these 2 leagues. The Pros League and the All Pros League. Lots of great drivers signed up for this event. About a minute and a half left here in qualifying. As the clock winds down here, I don't think anyone's going to have anything for Hendren and Bark here. They got 3 10s on the field. Everett Lane out there with the 16. Jacob Nye on a hot lap. Let's see what they got. Not advance as the clock runs out. think we have some people who didn't qualify, perhaps. It looks like we have more entries than qualifying entries. 20 cars taking time right now in qualifying. Donald Jinx pulling up the rear there with a 53.65, currently in 20th. Thanks for joining us here at this special broadcast. A dual league event. Michael D'Amico and George Bark working together to try to plan this big event. Bring together members from both leagues to race together, see who's got what. So it looks like our pole sitter is Steven Hendren and the 419. Final instructions from the tower for the drivers there. Let's go through our grid here. Steven Hendren on the pole. George Bark on the outside, our host tonight in the Bark competition Chevy Silverado. Damon Gilbert on the inside of the second row from All Pro Racing in the Kart City Chevy Silverado. Dustin Lee to his outside in a 51 Olive Hills Welding. Jay Anderson in the 5th spot in the Whiskey River number 18. Logan Clampett in the 6th spot. Running Brandon Howick Racing Chevy Silverado. Scott Bailey in the 7th spot. Coors Light Truck, James Hickson in the 44 Slim Jim. Mitchell Reeves in the 9th spot in the Jegs Automotive. Mike Wheeler in the 231. He's having connection issues, but he did qualify 10th. Currently, he's off the track, I think. Matt Clifton, 11th. In the Rogers Towing, 53. Jacob Nye, starting 16th in the Fast Lane Racing machine. Everett D. Lane in the 24 Fast Lane Racing machine in the 13th spot. Nick Reynolds in the Bug Off Chevy Silverado. Michael Updegraff starting in the 15th spot in the Big Game Tree Stands, 96. Jeff T. Martin, 16th in the Georgia Bulldog Chevy Silverado. Michael Johnson, 17th in the Pad 004 Burles Falcons. In the Lipton Iced Tea 006. David Brown starting in the 19th spot in the Logitech Chevy. And Donald Jinx, our last qualifier, running out 20th in the Goodrich Service Plus Dale Earnhardt Special. Thanks for joining us. Here we go for our $200 payout event. We're about to go green. Pace car's off. Green flag, green. Nice getaway. Let's see how these teammates hook up. Dustin Lee pulls it down in the inside. Gets in front of Damon Gilbert, who he always runs with. And boy, that inside lane is checking. And finally, Hendrick goes up and collects George Bark there as they hook up on the outside lane. Everyone getting sorted out here, mostly everyone to the bottom. This is a long race, folks. Be interesting to see if they get spread out here. I kind of expect everyone to pair up and start pushing. But right now, we're racing pack style. Finally, the 18 of Jay Anderson and Logan Clampett decide to hook up. They were kind of running out there alone in 4th and 5th, and they finally decided, let's hook up and see what we got here. So we now got 3 pairs out front. I know Damon Gilbert's right where he wants to be there, in 2nd on the bottom. Control and manage this race. If he can manage his heating and keep the spot, that's a great place to be. It was really a good start for Dustin Lee to be able to get down to the bottom lane and really kind of force Hendren to have to go high to collect his teammate Bark. And Damon Gilbert and Dustin Lee end up with the bottom and the lead. It's lap 3 of 110. As Jay Anderson makes a run there with the 22 of Logan Clampett, they take up to the middle lane. And everyone's starting to pair up. We got more pairs hooked up behind this front pair. 44 and 47 working together, James Hickson and Scott Bailey. And boy, didn't take long for the Georgia Bulldog truck to get right up in the mix here with some help from the 4 of Jeff T. Martin. Got a new leader, barely. The 18 goes low there. He's clear, but his teammate is not. And they have to break apart. And that has opened the door for Hendren and Bark. They see the opportunity, and Bark starts pushing. Looks like they're going to get clear, maybe. Yes, they're clear. They go to the bottom. Anderson thinks twice, pulls high there, and gets out of the line. Try to find his teammate again. As this pack is starting to spread out. got a nice front pack, but there are some cars way back. For instance, 20th place Michael Johnson, 21st Verlis Falcons, currently 8 seconds behind this lead pack. They have lost the draft. So they're hoping for a caution for sure. I think everyone else is probably in touch with the lead pack here. A lot of these guys purposely holding back, I'm sure. It's early in this race. And boy, everyone likes to be on the bottom. It's just harder on the outside. Remember, this is the first of 2 events for $200. We're going to tally up the points after tonight and Thursday night's event at Charlotte and pay out cash money 1st through 5th. So, heck, I said I'd broadcast this race just to see what these guys will do for $200. We don't see iRacing for that kind of money very often. So should be interesting when it comes down to it. These guys are just riding, trying to survive right now. You do not want to be the first caution. Let's make sure we bring up all the different parties involved here, including ALL PRO Racing. And Michael D'Amico, who's not with us tonight, usually behind the cameras, to take care of business. Hopefully Michael will join us on Thursday night. His sponsor is Arizona Painting. Make sure to check them out as well. And of course, our host tonight and rival league that we're racing, PROS, the Professional Racing Online Series is what PROS stands for. The PROS Racing Network. And you can find them over at pros-league.com. Find ALL PRO Racing over at facebook.com/AllProRacing. Resetting the field here, Steven Hendren on the outside fighting with George Mark pushing away against Jay Anderson in the 18, working together with Logan Clampett. A couple notes on Logan Clampett in that 22. I follow his racing closely on Facebook, a friend of mine, and this guy has got it. He is going pro, and he'll be there before long. So keep your eye on Logan Clampett. He wins races all the time. Mark and Hendren do the old swap right there in the corner and get it done pretty good without losing too much ground. James Hickson is up in the mix here with Matt Clifton now, currently 3rd and 4th. And they look on the inside of the lead pair as the lead pair switches. What are they going to do? Oh, we're 3 wide now. We got a new leader, and we're 3 wide for the lead. Not a great switch there for Clampett and Hickson. Forces Bark and Hendry to go 3 wide there. Wow, squirt them out the middle of this paste, the toothpaste tube. Anderson and Hickson get quite a run there and separate themselves a little bit. It seems like the intensity has picked up a little bit in this pack. And now it appears we have 5 cars that have lost the draft, including Dustin Lee and Damon Gilbert. What in the world did they do? They're 34 seconds back. Looks like they must have hit it. Yeah, I show they pitted on lap 9. Don't know what kind of strategy that could be. Perhaps just to get out of the pack and just push on their own. But boy, I don't know how that's going to work out fuel-wise. But we'll have to keep an eye on those two running some very strange strategy. And now we have 3 other trucks showing 24 seconds back. Michael Upcraft, Burles Falcons, and Michael Johnson. They have not pitted. And they've just lost the draft or outright. So I don't know if I wasn't paying attention, but or what happened, but they're way back. And then 15th and 16th, Will Salisbury with Donald Jinks working together. They have lost the pack as well, shown 7 seconds back. And that leaves basically the top 14 in this lead pack. So everyone trying to pair up here. Can't imagine what happened to Updegraff, Falcons, and Johnson to get them back in 26 seconds. I don't see any damage on those trucks either, so they must be okay. And boy, you don't want to lose the pack here. Even if you're a good drafting pair, you're not going to keep up. You guys break such a big hole in the air. There's a dozen of them out there, and boy, they go fast. Guys are sorting it out. Top 6 on the bottom now. 7th and 8th looking on the middle side. we got a run for the lead here. Hendren's pushing Bart currently. Getting a run on the outside here by Jay Anderson with Logan Clampett. Now the 4 to 47 making a run on the outside. That's Scott Bailey, Jeff T. Martin. And boy, they look hot too. They're not going to get it done. I tell you what, you get Hendren and Bart together up front, they're hard to beat. We've seen it before. Let's see, though, there's a lot of good drivers here. Surely somebody's got something for these guys. And what in the world's going on with pit strategy with Dustin Lee and Damon Gilbert? Burles Falcons bringing it down on the pit road. Not sure what's up with Burles. He's currently a lap down. I missed him. Whatever happened to him, too? So top 14 still working together as a pack. Then 15th and 16th, Salisbury and Jenks. Currently 10 seconds back. Then Dustin Lee, Damon Gilbert, Michael Epsgraf, Michael Johnson, 34 seconds back. And looks like Burles Falcons brings it back off pit road. Currently shown 2 laps down. The field gets ready to come around Burles. Boy, the 22 of Logan Clampett was looking to make a move, but he didn't have his teammate with him, so. War trucks blinking out a little bit there. Jeff T. Martin, I hope he can stay connected. We got another challenge for the lead here. That's the 24, Everett Lane, working with Jacob Nye. Teammates trying on the outside here to see if they can get Hendren and Bark. In big NASCAR news today, NASCAR announced the 2015 rules package, which highlights no testing anymore at all. It's a huge blow to the non-NASCAR racetracks out there that depend on that testing for their livelihood. tough break for them. They also are going to reduce the spoiler size from 8 inches to 6 inches. Introduce a tapered spacer, of all things, to the engine to reduce horsepower. And boy, I can't believe they're making changes to this car when the racing has been so good. But that means changes to the iRacing model as well. And here at iRacing, we race what the pros do. Also talk of the adjustable track bar by the driver while he's in the car, a la Formula One style. The NASCAR team is poring over these new rules, which are going to be published on the internet for all to see, including race fans. It's going to be a very transparent process where any Joe Blow can just log in and look up whatever rule it is. Well, talking strategy here, most of our field has not pitted. We're on lap 26. We do know one pair has pitted, Dustin Lee and Damon Gilbert. Verlis Felkins has also pitted, but he's 3 laps down. I believe everyone else has stayed out the entire race. At some point, our lead pack people will have to come down. We'll have to see how it shakes out for Mr. Lee and Gilbert. Well, back up front, they keep changing spots on the outside, but the inside pair continues to be hindering, pushing Bark. Taking a look at the NASCAR Sprint Cup chase for the championship. Contender round wraps up this weekend at Dover. Boy, everyone's excited as Denny Hamlin and others are going to have to race their way in to stay in contention as we move into the next round. It certainly has been exciting to watch the race within the race, so to speak. Seems like all the fan base have embraced these changes. Kudos to Brian France Jr. Never thought I'd say that in my life, but this new chase format has been exciting. And boy, we have somebody slow there, pulled off the pace. That would be Jay Anderson. And is Jay out of fuel? He's going awfully slow here. Or actually, he probably blew his engine from overheating. So Jay Anderson in the 18 Whiskey River. Tough break. Coasting it in. See if he can coast in the pit road. I believe there's one reset. He might have a chance here to get his engine reset. And boy, he's got a long ways to go. He's on the back stretch. We'll have to see if this pulls a caution or not. He might have to be towed. Oh, we got the leaders just called out their pitting. So perhaps he was out of fuel. We could be in the fuel window as George Barch, Stephen Hendren preparing to pit. Currently third, Hickson and Clifton in fourth. Let's see if they come in as a group or what happens here. Most of the lead pack. Oh, no, they don't. The leaders stay out. And a few of them pit. That was Hickson who pitted with Clifton and Jeff T. Martin and Scott Bailey. No tires, just fuel for those guys. So people pitting on different laps here. So Hendren might have caught some guys off guard as he pulls down for the pit road with Bart. And they draw one other guy with them. The 22 of Logan Clampett. I don't know how that's going to work out for Logan if he doesn't have a teammate. Our new leader, David Brown. We haven't called him yet. David Brown, our leader, with Martin Porter in second. Nick Reynolds third with Mitchell Reeves fourth. Just the last four to pit, I believe. And they go on by again. 19 seconds back from them. Donald Jenks, Will Salisbury, I believe they still have to pit. And then we finally cycle around to Hendren and Bart. And I don't know how that worked out for Lee and Gilbert. They ended up behind the leaders by a couple seconds here after the green flag stops have shaked out. No, I had the timing and scoring wrong as we cycle around. So the top four, Brown, Porter, Reynolds, Reeves, need to still pit here. And then 19 seconds back, Jenks with Salisbury also need to pit. And then it's going to shake out to Dustin Lee, Damon Gilbert, Michael Updegraff, and Michael Johnson. Remember, Lee and Gilbert did pit already, so they're going to be able to stay out longer than Updegraff and Johnson. Without any caution, though, I don't see how it's going to work out for their benefit. And now we got another on pit road, the 20 of David Brown with Martin Porter. Come down for fuel. No tires, just fuel for Porter and Brown on lap 34. And turns over the lead to Mitchell Reeves and Nick Reynolds. And they are going to have to pit here quickly. And now our leaders pit, Reeves and Reynolds. Oh, and we got one car wrecked, the 4. Jeff T. Martin has shortened up the back end of his truck. As the 4 came down the pit. The 22 gets into the 4 and spins him around right near the entrance of pit road. It does not bring out the caution. And Jeff T. Martin is going to be very heavily damaged here. I think he'll be able to get a reset. We'll have to see, but he will be a lap down. So let's cycle back to the front. Jinx and Salisbury, our lead pack. Our leaders, 13 seconds above everybody else. But it sounds like they're getting ready to pit too. Yes, they pull into pit road. Jinx and Salisbury, give it up. That's going to reset our lead to Damon Gilbert and Dustin Lee. Followed by Michael Updegraff and Michael Johnson. I believe they're going to pit, though. And then it's 5 seconds back to Bark and Hendren. Followed by everyone else, Hickson, Clifton, Lane, and Nye. There's 3rd and 4th, Updegraff and Johnson pitting. And the 004 real slow getting in. That's going to hurt them getting off of pit road if they're not together. Wrecking. I hear somebody calling out a wreck here. And the 53 is involved. Matt Clifton. And boy, his truck is tore up. Whoa! And to replace those, Clifton working with his teammate, the 44 of James Hickson, and they go high to avoid Bark, who had changed with his partner, and boy, huge wreck. The Whiskey River truck involved. The Snickers truck goes way low in evasive action. Great driving by that truck. We're under caution. And boy, Clifton is crabbing out there. That truck is tore up. We'll have to see if he can even get it back to pit lane. And I think this is a break for our leaders, Dustin Lee, Damon Gilbert, who we're going to need to come down really soon for fuel. They'll now be able to pit under caution. I think that will be a break for them on the botched strategy from earlier. Lap 39. My name's Mike Ellis. Thanks for joining us for our special event, Pros versus All Pro. As we go by pit road, and Dustin Lee, Damon Gilbert make me look stupid as they stay out. Ouch. And everyone else pit to top off. That's what I would have done. Let's see if we can get an interview with one of our leaders here. Mike Ellis up in the booth for Damon Gilbert in the 68. Cart City, you got me?
Yes, Mike, I got you.
Well, I can't believe you stayed out there. What's the strategy?
Well, our strategy is just to run out the gas and set us up for only one more pit stop after we do one more, actually, so we're going to have 2 stops.
Wow, and boy, you know, it takes a lot of guts to try something like that, and pit here shortly after we go back green after this first caution. You guys baffled us when you pitted early, but obviously you had something in mind, so we'll have to see how that goes. We'll be watching.
All right, thank you.
Well, interesting strategy there for the Team All Pro guys. They might need some crew chief help. Don King, are you out there? Just kidding. So let's see if we can reset here. What's going on? Lee, Gilbert, our leaders. Hickson, Brown, 3rd and 4th. Lane, Nye, 5th and 6th. Hendren, then Bailey, then Reeves, then Bark. Rounds out the top 10. Let's try to get an interview with our host, Mr. Bark. Mike Ellis up at the booth for George Bark in the 42. You got me?
Yeah, man. What's going on?
Well, thanks for hosting a pretty exciting event so far. Up only 1 caution, 40 laps. What do you think so far?
It's to be interesting again. Everyone's gonna have a different fuel strategy here. You know, now everybody's back on pace. You know, it's like starting to race fresh again. So we'll see. You know, it's fun so far. Everybody's doing a great job, racing good. How you doing up there, man?
Good race, lots of good racing, and like you said, the pit strategy kind of mixed up. It looks like Lee and Gilbert just pitted though, and gave up their hand, obviously, and they'll start from the back. Thanks for hosting, George, and we'll talk to you next time.
All right, man. Thanks, Mike.
So thanks to George Bark, who hosting tonight's event in Michael D'Amico's absence. I believe the plan was D'Amico was to host Tuesday and Bark on Thursday, but D'Amico had to work late. A painting emergency, I presume. Pace car lights are still on. Let's see if we can pick up another interview. I was looking for our leader, David Brown, but he's not in TeamSpeak. So, David, get over there in TeamSpeak so we can interview you. Let's see if we can pick somebody else. Second place also is not TeamSpeak, Everett D. Lane. All right, let's try. Boy, there's a lot of drivers that are not in TeamSpeak, so this makes it very difficult. I pick somebody and they're not in here. All right, I got somebody. Mike Ellis in the booth for Michael Johnson.
Come on.
Well, hey, you just topped off fuel, fresh tires. You're starting at the back of the pack. I bet you were happy to probably see that caution.
I was definitely happy because George was catching me hard. So I was definitely glad for that caution.
Well, you got a fresh breath of life here. You're at the back of the pack. Good luck out there. We'll be watching.
10-4, thank you.
So Michael Johnson bringing up the rear, currently 18th. And we'll be starting at the back. And obviously, we mentioned this before, Gilbert and Lee gave up on their strategy there and pitted and topped off fuel. They're currently starting 16th and 17th. Hendren and Barker also in the back there. So it'll be interesting to watch these four work their way through the pack. They've been running towards the front most of the night so far. Pace car lights are off. Going green shortly. My name's Mike Ellis. We're watching the pros versus all pros. $200 purse for 2 races. Pace car's off. David Brown bringing them down. Green, green, green. It's like Logan Clampett took it behind the wall there, as well as Jay Anderson. Not sure why Logan was quit there. I think he was still in the mix. I'm not sure what happened. But here we are, green. Everett Lane, our leader, on the outside, Scott Bailey. And they pull down, they get clear. Looks like Bark and Hendren and Gilbert and Lee are holding back on the main pack a little bit here, playing a little strategy, trying to stay out of trouble. We'll see how that works. I figured they were going to come back up through the field, but they are purposely holding back, it looks like. And our leader switch, Everett Lane goes way high, all the way to the wall, and literally gets split from his partner by the 2 and the 47 of Lane and Bailey. Wow. They're still trying to recover from that move. Back up front, Nick Reynolds. With Mitchell Reeves. Mark on the inside. With David Brown, Martin Porter on the outside. And boy, Jenks takes it 3 wide. Or starting to think about it. And boy, Gilbert and Lee have moved up through the pack there. Although I wasn't paying attention, there they are. About in 8th and 9th. Boy, these guys are not very organized out here. Everyone seems to be kind of all over the place. It might be a good move to hide in the back. Much like earlier, they just seem to be swapping spots for that outside pair. Halfway, wow. Not quite halfway. Boy, we got a pack form here. Boy, these guys are going to get hot running this close together. This is a long race, and these guys are all over each other. All of a sudden, the outside lane is looking attractive to these guys. I don't think anyone told them there's no halfway money as we approach the halfway mark. Whoa, and we got a wreck. Dustin Lee has torn. Oh, and he collects somebody. Even worse. What in the world? We are under caution. Taking a replay of this action with Dustin Lee. He's in the middle being pushed by Damon Gilbert. And boy, it just looks like Gilbert caught him wrong there. Perhaps Lee was checking up and just spun him down into the grass and back up across the track. And boy, I don't know who that was that hit him, had nowhere to go. The 77 of Will Salisbury and the 96 of Michael Upcraft is barely squeezing by. And the 4 almost collects Dustin Lee as he is tore up. And we're under caution, lap 53 of 110. So, up front, Reynolds, Reeve, Lane, Barg, Jenks. And I would bet these guys are going to pit. We can get topped off for fuel at least as they come up to pit road. Let's take a look here. And they all come down pit road. We have a few people staying out. The 44, Matt Clifton, Burles Falcons. Some people getting left side tire, right side tires here. Some people getting 4 tires. Why not? Damon Gilbert staying on pit road, waiting for his teammate to see if Dustin Lee has any resets left. And we have we got another wreck under caution. Matt Clifton gets rear-ended by the 006. Don't know what in the world the 006 is doing there. Burles Falcons currently showing 3 laps down. This looks like he was not watching where he was going and just took out Matt Clifton. Travis Hickson is our leader. He stayed out, surprisingly, with Matt Clifton, but Matt's going to have to pit. He's all tore up. And Michael Johnson, shown in 3rd spot. I believe he also did not pit. So Stephen Hendren in 4th, first of our pitters. If we get a chat with Stephen Hendren.
All right.
Mike Ellis in the booth for Steve Hendren. You got me?
I got you, Mike. How's it going?
Pretty good. Watching you up there with Bark, pretty much dominating that top 5. How's your race going so far?
Well, it's. I mean, obviously we're having a great race. It's all coming down to fuel strategy, or was until these cautions. It kind of reset everything. Now we're all back to square one. I think it's still a one-stop race, so we'll see how that pans out. I think everybody's on the same page here.
All right. Well, some of these guys stayed out, but it looks like they're pitting. You're going to end up with the lead. Good luck out there. We'll be watching.
Yeah, thanks, Mike.
So There you go, the Incredible Hulk machine of 419. Stephen Hendren showing the way. As those other cars pulled off, Johnson pitting, Falcons, Matt Clifton. And I'm curious if Clifton's going to get a reset. He's still taking tires here. No, he's tore up. He's done. Looks like the Slim Jim is also on pit road, just sitting there getting repairs done, or perhaps waiting for his teammate. Mike Ellis in the booth for Matt Clifton. You got me?
Yeah, what's up, bud?
Boy, I saw that you got tore up under caution. I mean, that's the worst way to get taken out.
Yeah, I don't know what happened right there.
Well, looking at the replay, it just looked like he wasn't watching where he was going and just flat out ran into the back of you. But did you get a reset, or are you damaged?
I still got a little bit of damage. I don't know how bad it's going to hurt it. We find out here in a minute.
Well, it looks like the back end's about a foot shorter, so good luck if you try to keep up with the pack. Remember, this is a points race with 2 events, so good luck.
Thanks, bud.
So tough break for Mr. Matt Clifton, sporting the pros colors out there. That's going to leave us 16 cars on the lead lap. Pace car lights are off. Thanks for joining us. My name's Mike Ellis. Missing our cameraman tonight. We're on autopilot. So reset our field. Hendren, Bark, first, second, third, Bailey, Jenks, fourth, Reynolds, fifth. Then Porter, Reeves, Martin, Brown, Gilbert, 10th, Lee, 11th. Take a look at Lee closely. It looks like he got him reset. So he lucks out. Somehow had it still in his pocket. We'll have to watch and see what he does to get back up front. Pace car's off. Green, green, green. Guys in the back are not going to want to lose the field again. I'm sure they're keen on that. They better step it up. This front pack's 2 by 2 by 2. Hendren Bark on the outside this time. Bailey working on the inside with Mr. Nick Reynolds. Like Barks and Hendren get clear. They come down. Now 47 goes up, picks up Jink. That leaves Martin Porter as the odd man out in that group. Everyone's starting to pair up. Yeah, almost have to in these restrictor plate races. Two trucks are faster than one. And they're all single file now through the top 6. Reynolds and Reeves right there in 3rd and 4th. Starting to take a look to the outside. Looks like Michael Johnson has already lost the pack, 5 seconds back. In front of him, Matt Clifton and the 44 James Hickson working together. They're currently 3 seconds back. And they've lost the draft. So that's going to leave 13 in the lead pack. Lap 62 of 110. This is the pros versus the all pros. All pro race. Oh, we got trouble as one truck is off and wrecked really hard. I don't know who that was. That was David Brown in the 20. And I think Damon Gilbert actually called that. He mentioned the 20 was moving around a lot. Let's take a replay. Yeah, sure enough, he spins himself out on the backstretch. Boy, it takes a lot of talent there to do that. And David Brown, number 11, bringing it down pit road, tore up. Back up front, still Hindred Bark. Reynolds and Reeves. So the field, the herd is thinning, as they say. Tough break for Martin Porter, who that was his teammate. And I think he's going to end up being the odd man out here. And David Brown takes it behind the wall. Glad that did not bring out a caution. Like Martin Porter is losing this front pack. Like I mentioned, he is the odd man out. It didn't take long for him to get shuffled. He has lost the draft. That's the one thing I don't like about these restrictor plate races. If you have an odd number of people, it always catches somebody out when you get into these long races. Boy, 3 wide, 4 wide here for third. So these guys are all spread out, switching up and whatnot. But we got new leaders. Dustin Lee is your leader. Oh, we got people pitting. Hendren Bark pit on lap 67. He must be in a window. That's a big window. That's 47 laps to go. Wow. But boy, Hendren and Bark pulling some strategy here. Dropping out of the pack to take fuel on lap 67. I'm pretty sure they pitted on that last caution too. So we know they don't need fuel, but they came in anyway. So to be continued with that. We'll have to watch. Oh, and here comes everybody else. Dustin Lee, Damon Gilbert are on pit road, as well as Nick Reynolds and Mitchell Reeves. So they're not letting Bart get away with it, so to speak, with the strategy. They decided to pit on the very next lap. Looks like we have 2 pairs that stayed out. Everett Lane is our leader with Jacob Nye pushing. Scott Bailey and Donald Jinks right there in 3rd and 4th. Well, I'm going to let the the scoring cycle here before I start calling who's going to shake out as the leader here. Got burned on that on the last round. And I'm still surprised that these guys think we can go that far on fuel. Matt Clifton takes it behind the wall. That leads 14 on the lead lap. stay out again. Oh, and third and fourth almost split up there. Jinx was going to go to pit road, but his teammate did not. Now 47 getting ready to pin Scott Bailey with Donald Jinks, but they're split up now. This is not going to work out good for them. And they both pull down the pit road. Green flags stop cycle. Our leader Everett Lane and Jacob Nye have a 9.7 second lead over Martin and Porter. Then it's, well, we're going to have to let this cycle. I don't know if that's correct. Leaders are pitting. D Lane, Jacob Nye, bring it in. I think that'll cycle the lead to the 4 of Jeff T. Martin in the Georgia Bulldog Special. Big push by Martin Porter. The Snickers Chevy Silverado. And going back in the field here, trying to figure out who the leader is going to be. I think it's going to end up being this fight we see for 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. Steve Hendren, George Bark, Dustin Lee, Damon Gilbert. We know their field strategy is only one lap apart, so they're pretty much on the same strategy here. And then Nick Reynolds, Mitchell Reeves are a ways back from them. They're going to have to catch up. Martin and Porter stay out another lap. They are going to have to pit. As Hickson is going to be down a lap probably after he pits. He does not have help out there. Currently shown in 3rd. We'll have to see if Jacob Nye, Everett Lane can catch this front group. They're pushing pretty hard. So is Nick Reynolds and Mitchell Reeves. If we get a pack formed again, right now the race is with the top 4. Like our leaders might be preparing to pit here. The Georgia Bulldogs Special, Jeff T. Martin out there leading some laps. Not a bad strategy. Burn off more fuel. You have to take less fuel when you stop, making the stop shorter. It looks like they stay out another lap. Our front lead pair, 21 second lead. To be enough for them to be able to pit and get back out without this other pack going around them. So we'll see where Martin and Porter end up. As they're out there hoping for a caution or something. And they're going to run it out, I guess, as they stay out another lap. Got 2 packs of 4 trucks separated by about 3 seconds. And this second pack are trying to catch the first pack, and they're doing it. They got 2/10 that lap. But boy, they're going to need more than that if they're ever going to catch up. They're going to need a caution, more than likely. See if the second group picks any time up on this lap as they come by timing and scoring. Up, still 3 seconds even on the gap between the front 4 and the second set of 4. And this is all behind the front pair up front. Jeff T. Martin, Martin Porter have not pitted. Oh, here they come as our leaders pit. Slow getting in there for Martin Porter. They should cycle the lead back to the incredible Hulk machine of Steven Hendren. As they come through the tri-oval side by side, as they come to the line, Dustin Lee on the outside. And boy, photo finish if that was the lap. We're only on lap 80. We got 30 to go. And boy, it looks like a 4-truck race up front. Remember, this is a points-paying race that will be combined with the points from Thursday night to determine our cash winners. So if you want to finish as high up as you possibly can to have a chance Thursday night at the top 5. Like the second set of 4, 5th through 8, Reeves, Reynolds, Lane, Nye are losing pace. Currently 3.2 seconds back. And back behind the top 8 is Donald Jinks, Scott Bailey. And remember, they broke up trying to get on the pit road and we're not together, and this is the result. They're 7 seconds back from the top 8. So that cost him a good 7 seconds. Tough break for Jinx and Bailey after a very long race. They are desperately hoping for a caution. Probably not going to get one with only 14 cars out there. Not a lot of hard racing going on except for up front. 5th through 8th all lined up trying to catch the guys in front of them, but they're not getting it done. What's interesting is the up front, the two pairs are basically side by side, yet they're pulling away from the package behind them. Coming up to lap, Earless Falcons again. He goes low and lets leaders by. Earless involved in that incident under caution where he ran over Matt Clifton for no apparent reason. Tough break for Clifton there. That is it's one thing to get wrecked out during a race, but when it's under caution, that's just tough to swallow sometimes. That's a tough break. Now, let's review the rules for the end of the race. I understand there's some kind of mandatory green-white checker. So we'll have to listen for race control on how that is going to go down. I'm not sure. But it's not going to end traditionally, I understand. Up front, interestingly, Gilbert and Lee are switching pretty often on the outside. The inside pair, Hendren and Barks, not switching. And you know these guys have got to be thinking about the end. How are they going to get by? Can they make a run? My name's Mike Ellis from All Pro Racing. We have a special event here on the Pros Network. Pros versus All Pro. $200 cash prize for the top 5 over 2 events, Tuesday and Thursday. Like to see a bigger turnout for this event. We have a lot of league members between these two leagues. We'd like to fill the room up. Make sure to come and join us for the Thursday night event. as they lap Michael Johnson. That leaves 13 on the lead lap. And track position, everything for this top 4. I guess that won't mean much if we are having the green-white checker. So these guys just riding. I suppose knowing there will be a green-white checker might affect your strategy right now on how you run. And boy, up front, all of a sudden we got a good old-fashioned pushing contest. And these guys are getting after it, trying to make something happen. And boy, it is tough on the outside as these guys are trying. But side by side for the lead. Wow. 0.018 that time by. So Scott Bailey, Donald Jinks currently 9th, 10th, 13 seconds back. Tough break for them, getting split up on that last round of stops. I guess the Iron Man Award goes to Mr. Verlis Falcons in the Lipton T truck. Ben currently 9 laps down, but still out there turning laps. Has no help and has no help all race. Been out there laps down the entire event. But what a trooper out there finishing it off. Yeah, never know. These guys could all pile up. And, you never know. Back up front, looks like same old thing here. Gilbert on the outside being pushed by Lee. Lap 91. And I understand from race control we're only going to lap 101. It would be the unofficial checker, even though we're listed as 110. So we got a true pro versus all pro up front. Hendren and Bart representing the Pros League. Dustin Lee, Damon Gilbert representing all pro racing. Looks like Gilbert has a little damage on his left rear. Wheel pushed in a little. I don't know how that's affecting them out there. It certainly can't help. Like James Hickson goes down a lap finally. And boy, the 5th through 8th have all of a sudden picked up about a second on the front pair, the front 4. They're only shown 2.3 seconds back now. So, boy, I don't know what happened there to change it. They were 3 seconds or more behind for 30, 40 laps there, it seems like. But now, starting to make up a little ground. Whatever the 5th through 8th are doing now, they seem to be catching. Maybe they can get back into this race. Yeah, they made up 2/10 that lap. And this front 4 should start to be worrying. Mitchell Reeves, Everett Lane, Nick Reynolds, Jacob Nye, they're coming. As they go around Burles Falcons again. And boy, I'm excited now to see these other 4 trucks, see if they can get in this race. Let's see if they catch any more. We're about 5 to go, I believe, this time by. Yeah, they picked up 6/10 of a second there. They should have the draft here, if not soon. And maybe even Burles Falcons can stay in with this group as he falls in behind them. They better hurry up. They're running out of laps. Oh, it looks like Nick Reynolds had a little mix-up there. Let's see if they made up any more ground. Made up 2/10 that lap, 1.2 seconds back. It's lap 97 of 101. Back up front, nothing's changed. Mark is doing his thing on the bottom inside. And Gilbert Lee switch again. Should create a big hole for these guys behind him as they're coming up. Boy, they've got him. Lane is right there with Mitchell Reeves. Nick Reynolds coming as well with Jacob Nye. We got an 8-car battle for the win. And can these guys get in the mix? What will happen when Gilbert Lee switch? Will Everett Lane have something to say about it? He looks to the inside. There's no room. Trying to make the new middle there. Gilbert goes a little high there to air it out. And we got an 8-car battle for the win. Remember, these guys are points racing because of the event Thursday night. It's not all about the win. There's no money paid out tonight. And Hendren leading the way, just barely. lap 99. Hendren being pushed by Bart. Lee on the outside with Gilbert pushing. And Everett Lane is right there. It looks like everyone, the other guys have lost touch, but Everett Lane is in the mix there. Mitchell Reeves has fallen back to Nick Reynolds. Don't know if they're going to get up in the mix or not. We're on lap 100. As they come around the lap truck of James Hickson, put him 2 laps down. Remember, our event Thursday night, room is open at 9 p.m. Eastern. Event is 10 p.m. Eastern. Been a great race here of pros versus all pros. As we come down, Hendren being pushed by Bart. Does Dustin Lee have anything for him? No. And that's lap 101, folks. Hendren, Bark, Lee, Gilbert, Reeves will be our top 5. Nick Reynolds 6th, Lane 7th, Nye 8th, Bailey 9th. Donald Jinks rounds out the top 10. Jeff T. Martin 11th. Martin Porter, the last car of the lead lap, in 12th. Great race, clean up front. No surprise about the contenders there for the win. It seems like Hendren, Bark, Lee, and Gilbert have been at it all night. If we can get a word with our winner. Mike Ellis in the booth for our winner, Stephen Hendren. You got me?
I got you, Mike.
Well, congratulations. Boy, you couldn't have done it without Bark, obviously, but you guys were up front pretty much all race. Good win.
Yeah, I appreciate it. He did a heck of a job for 30 laps there, just pushing without switching. I couldn't have done it without him, man. That's it's his win, man. Give it to him.
Well, regardless, you're going to be top seed going into Thursday's event at Charlotte. What do you think you guys got there?
I think we got some work to do. That's for sure.
Well, hey, it's no Talladega, but good points for tonight. We'll see you on Thursday. Great win. Do you have anybody you want to say hi to or thank?
I just want to say hi to my girlfriend. She's watching. And I want to thank George again, man. He did a heck of a job.
Well, let's see if we can get a word with George. Congrats, Steve.
Thanks, man. Take care.
I can't.
Hey, Mike Ellis for George. Bark, you finished second. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, man.
Well, hey, you deserve the trophy just as much as Hendren, who won the race. But you did all the work there, it looks like.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, Steve pushed me to the win on the last All-Pro race, so, you know, I just returned the favor for him. You know, he got stuck in that same situation on the last one, so you know, he's my buddy, he's my partner, so you just gotta do what you gotta do. I don't mind it. Finishing second to him is a win for me.
Well, I tell you what, you guys are seated in the points for Thursday night, first and second, so that's a great start. What do you got at Charlotte?
Charlotte, we'll see. I gotta work on it, to be straight with you. Last build I was, you know, pretty good, but this build's kind of got me in a loop, especially at Charlotte. I just, you know, I gotta work on it, to be honest with you. I think I'm good for a top 5, but we'll see. We'll see who shows up.
All right, well, congrats on the podium. Great event tonight. Let's see if we can get a word with third place.
Thanks, Mike.
Mike Ellis in the booth for third place. Dustin Lee. Olive Hills Welding, Dustin Lee, you got me out there?
Yeah.
Well, hey, podium finish wasn't what you guys wanted. You ended up finishing third and fourth. Tell me about your race.
It's pretty good. You know, all the cautions kind of messed up our strategy and everything. I thought we were pretty good as far as that goes, and you know, like I said, the cautions just really didn't fall in our favor. Then we had just a minor hiccup there on the last pit stop, and it cost us the lead. But yeah, I thought we
I'll tell you what, the strategy, you had to give up the strategy there on one of those cautions. I saw that. But hey, you got spun off. Was able to get back up there. But I tell you what, it came down to track position, as you noted. Just losing the lead there and not having the inside lane was everything, huh?
Yeah, we've been getting some pretty good runs on the outside, but just for some reason, the last 2 laps there, just we really didn't get the run we needed coming through the trial. So, but all in all, it was real good. Me and Damon, yeah, thanks Damon a lot for pushing.
Yeah, and he had a little damage on his left rear tire too. I think it was affecting you guys. So, but hey, good run. You guys are set up nice for Charlotte, third and fourth as far as points go. What do you guys got for Charlotte?
I think we got a pretty decent set. We'll I don't know how it's changed or how the skybox is going to be, but I think we should run pretty good.
All right. Well, hey, good run. Congrats on the podium finish, and we'll see you Thursday.
Thanks.
And with that, that's the conclusion of our event tonight. Pros versus All Pro. Stephen Hendren and the incredible Hulk Machine bringing home the win. But more importantly, top seed for the points going into Thursday's event for the $200 payout. My name's Mike Ellis. We'll catch you next time.